Terrence Johnson here with FridayNightGlory.com, here with Bennett Brown. Highland Park headed back to state for the third time. Your number was called up quite a bit tonight, 3 TDs receiving. Tell me about that. Run me down there.
Well, overall our scheme was just be aggressive as we could, and whoever's most aggressive at receiver will get the ball, and we all knew that we just wanted to win, and it could have been anyone's number tonight, but just getting the win meant more than anything to me.
And I spoke with your offensive coordinator. He kind of said the same thing. Next man up. Drew Scott went down, so you stepped in good. Headed back to state, how do you really feel?
I can't describe it right now. It's amazing to me because last year I tore my hamstring in the first round. I had to watch from the sideline, and just being with my brothers and playing with them now, it means a lot to me.
So you beat Denton Ryan for the third time.
Yes, sir.
3 times the charm here. You headed back.
Yes, sir.
You got a Wagner or Shadow Creek team. We don't know who you'll face next week. What do you go in to do to game plan for that?
Just do it every week and just grind as hard as we can. Just study film at our houses and just do whatever we can to know what we're supposed to do on the field.
Lauren Moore with FridayNightGlory.com here with Highland Park quarterback Chandler Morris. So closing in on 200 yards passing going into the half. How did you continue that momentum through the second half?
We went into halftime. I think it was just don't get too high. Don't celebrate this too long. I told them we got 24 minutes to still play, and knowing what happened last week with the epic comeback, we knew it was possible for them to get back in this game in a heartbeat.
Third year of state potentially in your first. How did you talk with John Stephen Jones about this situation and the pressure of Texas playoffs?
I haven't. I mean, we talk though, but I just haven't really talked about him with that. But I mean, it's exciting. It's fun.
You've got rushing touchdowns, breaking tackles for loss, and long gains. How does your rushing open up the offense?
I think it just makes those linebackers kind of respect me a little more. They're having to stay down. They can't just pass drop and everything. But I mean, that's just about it.
What does it mean to make it to state your first year as a starter?
It's a blessing. I mean, we knew we were supposed to be in this position. A lot of people didn't expect us to be in this position, but that locker room, we knew we were supposed to be here.
Denton Ryan's defense came up with a lot of points throughout the year. How did you prevent turnovers?
It was mainly just taking what they're giving us. I mean, just taking care of the ball. It's been a big thing all week. I mean, I turned the ball over down here. It was a mental mistake. I knew better, but that's just about it.
All right. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Terrence Johnson here, FridayNightGlory.com, here with offensive coordinator Grayson Wells. They're headed back to state for the third time. They played Denton Ryan 3 times and beat them. Y'all had something going on in the offense today I've never seen. Bennett Brown, 3 TDs. Chandler Morris, 3 passing, 3 rushing. What is this game plan?
Well, our whole motto, no matter what, is next man up. We have somebody go down. We lost Drew Scott last week to an injury, and Bennett Brown, who's been playing running back, quarterback, and receiver, steps in that role, does a great job.
And how has it been? Coach Randy Allen came back out of retirement for another shot at this title. Now he's headed back to state. How do you feel about that?
Hey, we're pretty excited about going back. It's tough to win 1, much less a second, and go for a third. We feel fortunate and blessed. Our kids have just been focused in 100%, and we're excited to get Coach Allen back, and it's been working out so far.
And then last year you come back and beat Manville to win the championship. Last week you beat John Tyler on a comeback 28-point deficit. This week we don't know who you're facing yet, either Wagner or Shadow Creek. If you guys know anything about them, what's the game plan going in?
Well, we've got some guys down there to take a look at them, and we haven't seen them being in the far regions. But all I know is our kids are going to play with everything they've got, and they think they can win, and they're going to give their all, and they're never going to quit. And that's all you can ask as a coach.
Lauren Moore with FridayNightGlory.com here with Harris FeFerman and Colby Hopkins. You each had a fumble recovery. How did that momentum keep the defense moving?
Oh, it was great. Mine more was toward the end of the game. It really helped close the deal.
Right, so for me, it was just a great play by our secondary. He tried to go up over the top, hurdle him, and he lost the ball in the middle of it. Turnovers are a huge turning point for the game. Giving your offense the ball, that's how you win games.
How did you maintain consistency throughout the second half?
Right, so for us, we have a ton of leaders in the locker room. Finn Corwin, right when we got in there, he stood up and he said, "Hey, we played a great first half, but it's not over yet. We have 24 minutes left to play if we want to get 48 more." So we stayed locked in. We didn't think we had it won already. We came out because they were they were talking about how they were going to beat us this year, and we didn't want to let that happen.
Anything for you to say about that?
No, I agree with what he said. It's really the leadership and the coaches help us finish games.
All right. Congratulations and good luck next week.
Retirement for the fun party. Tell me how you did it, Coach.
Well, all I did is call a few plays and chew grass on the sideline. I mean, they did all the work. They just got out there, and I liked our balance between running and pass. I liked the way our defense held them intact. The way we took control of the game in the first half and then came back in the second half and scored first to make it 28-14. They came back and we came back and traded scores, but at the end, we had a pretty commanding lead and could run the clock at the end.
And I seen something I've never really seen from Highland Parks, the offense. I talked with your offensive coordinator earlier, and then Bennett Brown stepped up big time in the replacement of Drew Scott going down. He had 3 TDs receiving. I seen some new plays in that offensive playbook you got there. Is there something new there?
Well, we try to have something new each week. We always have too much offense, so we can't run all of it. So we just carry it over the next game or think of something different to run. But Bennett Brown is an example of a next man up for us. We had 6 players lost in 2016. We won the state championship, and this year we've got 4 or 5 that are out. So the guys that step in have got to do a great job, and they do.
And moving on to next week, we don't know if you'll face Shadow Creek or Wagner. They're kind of in the same district as Manville was last year. What do you look for, and what do you tell your guys to keep them prepared, as it seems like the Scots never take a rest off?
Well, I hope they're not as fast as Manville, but it's the same school district. It's just they have the same type of athletes, so I imagine they got lots of speed. And the interesting thing is my former quarterback at Brownwood is the head coach at Shadow Creek. And early in the year, I congratulated him on being in the playoffs. So he's doing a great job of coaching that team.
So that'll be sweet if you get to face a team that you're already familiar with, the guy there. But knowing Randy Allen, he always has something prepared for these guys here. We're not going to hold you up. We know you're going to get you some rest. For Terrence Johnson here in Friday Night Glory.